So when you're ready, we're just taking the knees quite wide, the feet together, and then just try and relax yourself down onto the mat. So you can use your hands in front of you if you want to rest your head on. You could use a block here, or just rest your head on the mat, whatever suits you. And just taking a few moments, just coming away from your day and just beginning to draw your attention inwards. You're just starting to notice your breath. And again, in this position, try to draw the breath in towards the back of your body, in towards the sides and to the front. So allowing the breath just to deepen naturally. And as the breath starts to deepen, then just notice your body and just how it feels. Try and allow the hips just to relax down towards the heels. Allow the shoulders and the head and the neck to relax. As your body starts to soften, just begin to notice how you feel. So just allowing your thoughts just to come and to go. So this week's practice, we're moving on to the sixth chakra, which is called Vishuddha. And the sixth chakra is our third eye. So the location of it is kind of between your eyebrows, not really in the center of your forehead as such, but between the eyebrows. And it's really responsible for our wisdom, our intuition, really all of the kind of internal feelings that we have and we should rely upon. So in this posture, try and allow the third eye to relax down towards the ground. So if it's blocked, we kind of become a bit unsure of ourselves, a bit unsure of the feelings that we have. So we really want to keep this chakra as clear as we can. Okay, when you're ready, we'll start to make our way up. So you're just going to walk your hands back towards your knees and then come forwards, and we'll just come into an all fours position first of all. So when you come in, you can loosen off through your hips a little bit, maybe move side to side. Place your hands under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. We'll do a couple of cat-cows here. So on an inhale, just dropping the belly down, pulling the heart forward and shining that third eye forward as well. On the exhale, draw the belly in, just rounding in. So again, as you inhale, drop the belly, peel the chest forwards, lifting through the head. And on the exhale, rounding in. So do that twice more, so just in your own time. Part of that intuition, that kind of internal sense is in our yoga practice as well, doing things that are good for our bodies and rather than just doing what we're being told to do by a yoga teacher, but actually feeling it and seeing if it feels right. Okay, we'll make our way back towards the center, so just coming back in. We're going to walk the hands forward now. So we're coming in for Anahatanasana. So if we take the hands forward, again, gently move into it. So you're pressing the chest down. If you can take your third eye down towards the ground again, but you don't have to. So just take it to where you can. And just pressing the forehead towards the ground if you can. But if you can't, then it doesn't matter. So just stretching across the shoulders and the upper back. We'll take one more deep inhale here. When you're ready, we're going to start to come back up. So if you just move yourself back up, bring your hands directly underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to move straight to downward facing dog today. So if you tuck the toes and lift the hips up high. So when you come in, start to maybe pedal your feet out a little bit. Just gently moving into it. So lift through the belly, lift through the hips. Maybe keeping the knees bent. And again, shining that third eye back towards your legs, back towards your thighs. When you're ready, on an inhale, we'll lift the heels up and just lower the knees all the way back down towards the ground. So coming back into that all fours. So we're going to do this little puppy dog flow. So when you're ready, as you exhale, if you walk your hands forwards and then start to press the chest down towards the ground. On an inhale, start to move back up. So walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. As you exhale, we'll tuck the toes and start to lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift the heels and lower the knees all the way down towards the ground again. So exhale, move the hands forward, start to press the chest gently down. As you inhale, moving back up, walk the hands in. On the exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. And on the inhale, lift the heels and lower the knees back down. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So again, walking yourself forward, start to press down nice and gently. Move back up again on your inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips. And inhale, lift the heels and lower back down again. Okay, so when you come in, we'll just do a little bit here for your wrists. So we're just going to gently circle round through your wrists. So just take your time, just moving slightly forwards over the wrists and round and over to the side. So just concentrating on the wrists rather than moving too much through your hips. And go the other way, so just nice and gently. And then come back to the center. We'll just flip the hands over. So you can do this one at a time. So we just flip the hand so the palm faces towards the ceiling. And again, you can move forwards or back to increase the sensation in that. If you can do both hands at the same time, then please do. If you're only doing one, then we'll flip it back over and we'll change hands. Again, just gently pressing down, maybe moving forwards a little bit. And then flip your hand back over. And this time, if you turn the fingertips in, so the fingers are going to come in towards one another. Again, just a little stretch for your wrists. And then we'll turn the hands to the front first. And then if you turn the fingertips out the way. Again, just nice and gently, so not forcing anything. Well done. And then move your hands back towards the center. So this time we're going to step your right foot up towards the top of your mat. So just step it through. You can lift your hands up off the ground now. You might want to slide your back leg back. So the hands come to your knee, or you maybe want to reach the arms up. So just coming in for a low lunge position. So Anjaneyasana. So allow the hips to drop down, the wrists to move back, the chest to open, and maybe lift your chin a little bit. So that third eye shines straight forwards. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here. We'll release the hands down. So you might need blocks here. We're going to move back and work through the hamstring on this front leg. So you could have your hands under blocks or come up onto your fingertips. So on an inhale, we move back a little bit. So starting to straighten the leg a little. You can pull the toes up if you want. And then on the exhale, just start to move back in. So just gently move forwards again. Do that again. So inhale, moving back, maybe pulling the toes up as you do that. And then on the exhale, start to move back in, keeping the chest lifted off that front leg. Do that again. So inhale, moving back, so flex your feet. And on the exhale, moving in. Okay, we'll do that once more. We'll stay back this time. So when you come back, start to pull the toes up. So just feeling a stretch through the hamstring, the back of the thigh. The belly lifts up, the chest pulls forwards a little bit. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here and then start to move forwards again. So with both hands on the ground, we'll just step that leg back. So just move it back. And then this time we'll just start to circle through your hips. So you can move a little bit bigger, moving back. So the hips come back towards your heels and then up and over the shoulders. And then just when you're ready, we'll start to change direction. So just moving the other way. Again, make it bigger or smaller, whatever feels best to you. And then make your way back towards the center. So we'll come back in with that left leg now. So if you step your left foot up towards the top of your mat, so again, maybe sliding back a little bit through that right leg, and then start to move yourself up. So again, if you want to reach the hands, then reach them up. Relaxing in the shoulders. Starting to let the hips just level off and move down. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale and then release the hands back down towards the ground. So again, you could use blocks if you'd like. So on an inhale, we'll start to move back again. So maybe pull the toes up if that feels okay. And then on the exhale, just gently move forwards. Do that again. So just in your own time, just gently moving back. You don't have to straighten the leg. And then move it in, just to where you feel the stretch. Okay, do that again. Well done. And then on the next one, we're going to hold back. So just gently move back. Holding back there again, start to draw the belly in and the chest pulls forward a little bit. Toes pulling up if you'd like. And try and keep the hips fairly level, so we don't want to kind of lean back too much on that right hip, but draw it forwards. Left hip draws back. Okay, one more deep inhale. And then slowly and carefully start to walk yourself forwards again. So from here, we'll just swing that leg back. So coming back into that all fours position. And then from here, we'll tuck the toes and lift the hips to downward facing dog. So taking your time as you come in. Again, if you need to make any movements, then do that. Pushing up and out of your hands, up and out of your shoulders. Okay, when you're ready, on an inhale, we're going to start to make our way forwards a little bit. So just to a plank position. So make your way forwards. And you can always lower your knees here. And then we're going to move back to downward facing dog. So inhale, move forward. So again, if you lower your knees on your exhale, you're just going to push back to child's pose. So it's your choice. So either through plank and down dog, whatever suits you. Do that again. So inhale, moving forwards. And exhale, take it back. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So inhale, move forwards. And on the exhale, press back, downward facing dog. So when you're here, we're going to step your right foot now up towards the top of your mat. So just take your time stepping it through. Put your hands on the ground here. And again, you could use blocks if you'd like to. So same thing here. So on an inhale, you can always drop your back knee if you want to. We're going to start to move back and straighten the front leg a little bit. On the exhale, we re-bend the front leg, keeping the belly lifted. Again, drop the back knee if it feels better. So inhale, start to straighten through that front leg. And on the exhale, bend down. Okay, we'll do that again. So again, you don't have to fully straighten it. Just take it to where you're feeling that stretch through the hamstrings. We're going to do quite a few forward folds today, which is why we're paying attention to our hamstrings. Okay, we'll do that once more. We'll hold back this time. So again, just holding there for a few breaths. So draw the belly in. Use blocks again if it helps you. So your hands could be on blocks here. Okay, when you're ready, slowly rebend the leg. This time we'll step back to plank. We'll lower down through Chaturanga. So again, if you want to, you can lower your knees, take your chest and your chin down, and then come through to Cobra if that feels better. And then on the exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. Maybe take a deep breath in through your nose, sighing it out your mouth. So just letting go of anything you don't need. So we'll do that again. So on the inhale, just floating forwards into that plank position. As you exhale, lift the hips and press back downward facing dog. Okay, do that again. So inhale, lift the heels, ripple forwards to plank. And on the exhale, make your way back downward facing dog. So if it's too much, the knees lower down. Do that once more. So again, moving forwards to plank position. And on the exhale, draw the belly in and lift the hips. Okay, we'll step the left foot forwards this time. So step it up towards the top of your mat. Again, lowering that back knee down if you'd like. Hands on blocks or fingertips. And when you're ready, as you inhale, start to straighten through the front leg a little. Then you exhale, just rebend the knee. So keeping the belly lifted as you do that. So once more, inhale, start to straighten the leg just a little. And then start to rebend the leg. Okay, do that again. So again, just straighten it a little bit more. And then rebend. So on this next one, we'll hold it. So we'll move back, just holding it, just gently stretching. Again, your knee could be still quite a lot bent here on that front leg. Just looking after yourself. Use your intuition. Well done. When you're ready, slowly rebend the leg. And this time step back to plank again. So lowering the knees if you'd like, or bend the elbows to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or Cobra. As you exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. Again, maybe a deep breath in through your nose and a sigh out through your mouth. Okay, when you're ready, as you inhale here, we'll lift the heels. We're going to take some slow steps with your feet up towards your hands. So just maybe crisscrossing as you come up towards the top. Take your time. Separate your feet hip distance and just folding forwards towards your legs. So maybe the hands are on the ground, maybe they're dangling, maybe you grab your elbows here and just very gently sway side to side. Maybe give your head a little shake, keeping the knees bent and the belly pulled down. Okay, when you're ready, release the hands. On an inhale here, we'll lengthen forwards, stretching through the crown of your head. As you exhale, just folding back in towards your legs. As you inhale, reach up, rise all the way up. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the palms down. So you're going to touch your thumbs towards your third eye, just sliding it down your face and towards the center of your heart. Maybe just close your eyes for a moment and just notice how you feel. Okay, we'll release the hands, opening the eyes. So you can stay with your feet apart or maybe walk them in a little bit. Coming into Tadasana, so lengthen through the legs, pull the belly in. As you inhale, reach up with the arms, so maybe looking at your thumbs. And on the exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. Lengthen forwards on the inhale. I'm going to step back with your right leg on the exhale, so just step it back. So again, you can keep your hands on the ground here. If you want to, on an inhale, we'll come up to a high crescent lunge position. So we're lifting up through the arms, keeping the tailbone pointing down so we're not arching the back and the belly pulled in. And have quite a wide base with your feet, so you're not narrow, you're feeling quite balanced here. And we're going to move through this a little bit. So on an inhale, we're going to reach the arms up and back a little bit. So just a little back bend. And then on the exhale, we're going to fold forwards and reach the hands along your sides. So do that once more. So inhale, coming up Maybe reaching the arms back a little bit. And on the exhale, releasing the arms, drawing the belly in. Do that once more. So inhale, coming up. And on the exhale, releasing down. So as you come down this time, we'll take the hands towards the mat again. We'll step back to plank. Again, maybe bending the knees or lowering to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. Just breathing deeply. So the color of the third eye chakra is purple. So again, if you want to envisage that color, then you can. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here. We'll lift the heels and make your way up to the top so you can step or you can walk, whatever you like. When you get there, inhale, lengthening forwards. And on the exhale, just folding back in. As you inhale, reach up. Again, on the exhale, if you draw the palms together and then pull them down so we touch the third eye, touch the nose and the chin, and then draw the palms towards the center of your heart. Okay, we'll do that again. So inhale, reaching up. As you exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. So once more, lengthen on the inhale. And we'll step back with your left leg on the exhale. Again, keeping with the hands on the ground or on the inhale, start to make your way up into that high crescent lunge. So reaching with the arms, relaxing the shoulders, maybe bending your back leg a little bit can sometimes help. And push through the back heel. Again, make sure you feel nice and balanced, so separate your feet a little bit more if you're not balanced. And you can stay here if you want, or you can move through it with me. So on an inhale, we're going to reach the arms back, take a little back bend there. And then on the exhale, we're going to release the hands down and stretch them along your side. So you're really pulling the belly in without leaning on the leg. So inhale, make your way back up. Reach back with the arms again if you can. And as you exhale, lowering forward and reaching the arms along your sides. Good. Okay, we'll do that once more. So inhale, coming up. And on the exhale, releasing down. Okay, so this time we'll take the hands back down towards your mat. We'll step to plank again. So lower your knees if you'd like. Lower to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. As you exhale, make your way back. Downward facing dog. Again, maybe take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out your mouth, whatever works for you. Yeah, on your next inhale, we'll lift the heels, looking forward, step or walk towards the top of your mat. Lengthening on the inhale and folding forwards on the exhale. Okay, we'll reach up, rise all the way up. Again, bring your palms together. Bring the thumbs down through the third eye, your nose and your chin towards your chest. And just close your eyes for a moment. So just noticing how you feel. Okay, when you're ready, we'll open the eyes, release the hands. So we're going to come in and do our little flow. We're going to start with a balance move as well. So you come up towards the top of your mat, and maybe I'll face you so that you can see what's going on. But if you go up towards the top of your mat, you're going to be stepping back at some point. I'll just sort my own self out. But if you have your feet about hip distance apart, we're going to come in for Utkatasana, so our chair pose. So again, if you want to, you can have your feet a little bit closer together. So when you're ready, we'll bend the knees and reach the arms up. So coming into that chair pose first of all. So try and get the weight back in the heels, the tailbone points down, the arms reach up. And breathing into it. So the weight is not on the front part of your foot very much at all. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to bring the palms towards the center of your heart, and we're going to come in for a little twist here. So we'll twist over towards the right side. So if you take your left elbow over to the outside of your right knee, and try and use that to kind of draw yourself around. Good. Again, check out your knees to make sure your knees are kind of not poking in front of each other, but they're level. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here. We'll make our way back to chair again. So if you come to the center and then just reach your arms forward and up again. So we're still in this chair position. Now from here, we're going to come to a half chair. So maybe bring your palms towards the center and then take the weight onto your left leg. So your right foot lifts up off the ground and then lift it up and place it on that left thigh. Again, if that doesn't work for you, you can always move to a wall or you can keep your foot on the ground and just bend into that front leg, left leg. Okay, so you bend into the left leg. If you've got your foot off the ground, maybe try and flex it a little bit. Sink the hips and the tailbone, but try and keep the chest lifted on this one. And the belly is pulled in and the shoulders are relaxed. Well done. We'll take one more deep inhale. Keep the hands for the arm and lift that foot up. Now this time we're going to step back. So you're going to step back into a high crescent lunge. So step all the way back. I'll turn around now. So we're in this high crescent lunge position. Again, adjust your feet if you need to. Maybe reach up for the arms, just for a breath or two here. The knee on the front leg is over your ankle. The inner thighs are drawing in and the belly is lifting. Okay, we'll keep the legs as they are. Just release the hands down towards your heart here. Now you can stay here. We're going to try and move into warrior 3, but if you'd rather just stay in this high lunge, then stay there. So pushing into the ball of your foot on that left leg, start to lift the right foot off the ground. So you may take a time or two and you can keep it quite low and lift it up. If you can, start to lift it, lengthening through your back leg, maybe flexing the foot so the toes point down on that back leg and always touch it back down to the ground. So, and the most important thing on this warrior 3 is that your hips remain level, so they don't go squint in order to lift the leg up, but the hips keep pointing down towards the ground. Well done. Now from there, slowly and carefully step back into that high crescent lunge position again. Good. From there, release your hands down towards the ground. Step to plank, lowering to Chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. Again, maybe take that deep breath in and sigh out your mouth. Okay, from here, we're going to step your right foot up towards the top of your mat. So slowly and carefully just step it up. Now we're going to come in for Parsvattanasana here. So you might want to hop your back foot in quite a bit so that you can get the heel on the ground. So you might walk it in really quite a bit. So just take it to where it feels right to you. And then start to straighten your front leg. So again, your hands may have to lift up. So you may have your hands on your hips here, hands on your thigh, on blocks, whatever feels right. And just breathing into that. Well done. We'll take one more deep inhale here. And we'll start to come up. So if you've got your hands on your hips or that anybody else, start to pull your belly in and lift yourself up. So we're in this kind of pyramid position with our feet. From there, turn your right toes towards the front and then turn your left toes in as well. Now you'll probably need to widen your feet now, so we're going to come in for a wide-legged forward fold. And you might need to grab a block or two as well. When you come in, turn your toes towards one another a little bit. And again, just adjust the position of your feet. So for the first one, on our inhale, we're going to reach up with the arms. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the hands behind your back. So you're going to interlink your fingers for this forward fold. So we're going to draw the shoulders back. We're going to lift through your belly. And then we're going to move forward. So you might just come forwards to halfway and may feel that you want to stay there. Otherwise, release the upper body down towards the ground a bit more. And then start to lift your arms up and over. So again, try to keep the legs with a slight bend in them. So even if you can do this with straight legs, a slight kind of micro bend in your knee will just help to protect the knee. And the elbows are soft and the arms are nice and relaxed, so not straining too much. So our forward folds are really kind of nurturing and internalizing. So use that. So don't make them aggressive, but try and soften them a little bit. Okay, if you can come up with your hands behind your back, then do that. So pull your belly in, you can bend your knees if you like. Start to slowly make your way all the way back up again. Okay, we'll come in for another one. So on an inhale, we'll reach the arms all the way up again. And on the exhale, we'll just fold forwards towards your legs, so taking your time to come in. So again, if you're using a block, just have the block in front of you. Just have your hands onto the block. Otherwise, if you can, we're going to hook the big toes. So you're going to take your two-piece fingers to the inside of your big toe, and the thumb connects at the other side of the big toe. And if you can do that, start to bend the elbows out to the sides and draw yourself in a little bit more. Again, without any sense of aggression, but just being gentle with it. Good, and trying to let the head relax. Notice your breath, so if it's getting a little bit ragged, maybe soften it a little bit. And keep the belly pulling up and in. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here. We'll release the bind if you've got it. On an inhale, we'll start to make our way back up again. So drawing your belly in, maybe bending the knees as you come back up. Okay, from there, we're going to turn the toes of your right foot up towards the top of your mat and re-bend the leg. And we'll just come in to our low lunge, our runner's lunge. So hands down, toes on the back leg turn. And from here, we're going to step back to plank. So again, when you get to plank, please feel free to lower your knees down towards the ground. Now we're going to come into your elbow plank today. So you're going to lower down to your elbows. And when you get there, you could press your palms together, you can make fists, you can clasp your hands, whatever feels right. And you can drop the knees. Okay, so don't feel you have to have the knees lifted up off the ground, keep them down. So drawing the belly in, lengthening through the crown of your head. Now you can stay here in this elbow plank. We're going to try dolphin today, but again, you don't have to do it. So to do the dolphin pose, we keep our arms the way we are, but we start to walk the feet in, and you might widen your feet a little bit as well, but we walk the feet in towards the upper body, pushing up and out of the shoulders, so the head doesn't rest down, it lifts up off the ground. And again, if you want to keep into that elbow plank with the knees down, then just do that. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here. Walk your legs back out, lower your knees down, and just lower yourself all the way to the ground. And you can have a little rest there, maybe bring your arms down, maybe dropping your head down, and just breathing there. Okay, while we're here, we'll just do a little locust practice or Shalabhasana. So again, bring your hands down by your side. So if you want to just press through the palms of your hands and just lift the upper body, then do that. You can also reach your hands away. So you're reaching the fingertips towards your feet, or maybe you lift the feet up off the ground as well. And just stretching, lengthening through the crown of your head all the way down to your feet. So the thighs lift a little bit, inner thighs engaged. Well done. Take one more deep inhale. And slowly release everything all the way back down to the ground. Maybe bring your arms back round and dropping your head back down towards your arms. Okay, we'll make our way back up. So we'll have your hands just underneath your shoulders, first of all. And then start to just press yourself back up into an all fours position. So walking the knees in. We'll tuck the toes and lift the hips. Downward facing dog. And take a moment there, so maybe making any movements that you feel you want to. On your next inhale, we'll lift the heels up and you can make your way up towards the top however you want. So you can walk, you can step. When you get there, on an inhale, we'll lengthen forwards. And on the exhale, just folding back in. As you inhale, reach up, rise all the way up. So join the palms. And then pull the palms towards your third eye, the nose and the chin. And draw it down to your heart. Again, just taking a moment just to notice how you feel. Maybe to notice that kind of purpley glow. And when you're ready, we'll release the hands and we'll open the eyes. So we'll come back in for the other side. So again, we're moving back into that chair pose first. So feet together, feet apart, whatever you like. As you inhale, we'll bend the knees and reach the arms. So just sitting into it. Good. Again, weight back in the heels. The tailbone slightly tucks under, but not too much. So think more about the tailbone kind of dropping down towards the ground. And your gaze or your drishti is up towards your hands. Okay, when you're ready, we'll bring the palms towards the center of your heart. And then we'll twist over towards the left side this time. So right elbow moves over towards the left. Again, try and use that left elbow, draw it back a little bit. And the palms, we want to try and get them, if you can, towards the center of your heart. Again, don't force it. Make sure your knees are level and the belly is still pulling in. And notice your breath. Okay, when you're ready, we'll slowly come back towards the center. So again, bring the palms in and then reach back up with the arms. Just for a breath here. So with the palms in, we'll start to take our weight onto our right foot and then lift your left leg up off the ground. So again, you might keep it here, you might bring it up so it's resting on that thigh, flexing your foot, keep the hips level. Good, chest up and tailbone down. And again, if it feels better to have that foot, your left foot on a block or on the ground, then do that. Then we'll take one more deep inhale. Again, if you can, start to lift up through that left leg and step it all the way back into high crescent lunge position. Maybe reaching the arms up just for a breath or two. So again, your option now is simply to stay in this crescent lunge. So you could lower your hands down. If you want to try coming into warrior three again, pressing through that front foot and start to gently lift up through that back leg. So again, maybe flexing your foot, keeping the hands towards the chest will help you to balance more. And use something. So if you want to lean on something, then do that. Flex your back foot a little bit. Well done. When you're ready, slowly and carefully step back to that high crescent lunge again. Good, so from here, we'll release the hands down towards the ground. We'll step to plank again, lowering down your own weight, so Chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, upward facing. And as you make your way back, downward facing dog. Okay, so when you're ready, your left foot's going to step to the front. So we'll look where we're going, step it forwards. Again, we're coming in for Parsvottanasana, so you do want to hop that back foot quite a bit and then start to straighten your front leg. So you might lift your hands off the ground, you might bring your hands onto your hips, onto your thighs, to blocks or the floor. And again, just lengthening through that front leg, drawing the belly up and in. And the third eye moves back towards your leg. Again, without forcing. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. We'll start to come up. So again, wherever your hands are, start to slowly rise back up again into this pyramid position. We'll turn the left toes in and the right toes forward. So again, you might need to widen your position to come in for this wide leg forward fold. Just see how it feels. So toes turning towards one another, toes nice and even. As you inhale, we'll reach up with the arms. And then on the exhale, just folding forwards towards your legs. So again, maybe grabbing a block here if you'd like. When you come down, if the hands are on the ground, maybe start to walk the hands back, more level with your feet. And then you can use that to kind of tip your weight forwards a little bit to the balls of your feet, but just if it feels right to you. Good, very nice. And bending in the knees a little bit. Okay, from here, we're going to come in for a little twist. So again, you might use a block or you may be able to keep your hand on the ground. It just depends. But if you walk your hands forwards again, so they're slightly in front of your feet, we'll keep the right hand down. And then you can either take your left hand to your left hip, or you can start to reach and open through that left arm, but just where it feels right. Try and keep the hips fairly level. So we're not twisting in the hips here, but we're twisting a little bit higher up through the body, so through your belly button, so the hips actually remain quite square as you rotate round. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here. Slowly release that hand down and we'll change sides. So left hand down to a block of the floor. Right hand maybe onto your hip, or maybe reaching and opening through that right hand. Again, your gaze can be wherever you want it to be. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. Releasing both hands back down towards the ground. So when you're ready, on an inhale, we'll lengthen all the way up again. So pull your belly in, maybe bend your knees as you start to unravel that posture. Okay, from here, turn your left toes up towards the top of your mat, re-bending in that left leg. Take your hands down and move back into that low runner's lunge again. So from here, step back to plank, so you can lower the knees if you like, and bend your elbows into that elbow plank once more. So when you're here, try not to kind of lift the hips too much. Try and lengthen forwards through your shoulders and through the crown of your head. Knees can be up or down, it's up to you. And then if you want to try that dolphin pose again, maybe widen your feet a little bit and then start to walk the feet in towards the upper body. You don't have to come in far, but get a sensation of pushing up and out of your elbows and up and out of your shoulders. So you're trying to kind of strengthen the muscles of your shoulders and your back. Well done. We'll take one more deep inhale. Again, maybe walk your feet back first. Lower your knees to the ground and lower yourself all the way down towards the ground. When you get there, bring your hands in, drop your head down. So forehead, third eye to the arms. Okay, we'll come in for another round of Shalabhasana. So bring your hands down by your sides. So again, palms on the ground, maybe reaching them, maybe clasp them behind your back this time. And maybe this time bring your feet together. So if you're using your legs, big toes touch. And then as you inhale, lift the upper body, lifting through your legs. Again, if none of that suits you, then just modify it so that it does. Maybe on the inhale, start to lift a little bit more. And on the exhale, see if you can maintain the lift. Okay, when you're ready, slowly and carefully release yourself all the way back down. Release your arms, bring them back under your head, and relax the forehead down. Okay, when you're ready, we'll make our way up again. So bring your hands under your shoulders. Start to press yourself back up to that all fours position. From here, walk your knees in, and then just have a little seat. So we're going to come in and do a couple of seated postures now. So as you come in, we're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. So you might want to grab a cushion or something to sit on, just to elevate your hips a little bit. A block is quite useful if you want to bring it out in front of you, then do that. So sitting onto your sit bones, so make sure you're not kind of leaning back too much, but you're sitting forwards onto your sit bones. And then as you inhale, you can either just start to walk yourself forward if that feels better to you, or some people like to take a stretch first, so stretching up on the inhale, and then moving forwards on the exhale. Again, just to where it feels right, start to think more about lengthening yourself forward rather than getting further down. So maybe on the inhale here, you lift the chest a little bit and draw your shoulders down your back. And then on the exhale, you move forwards a little bit. And please feel free to bend the knees as much as you need to. So there's very little point in doing this with really straight legs if it's not really stretching your spine. So start to think more about where you want to feel the stretch. And it's really in the upper body here. So if it helps to bend your knees a little, then do that. Again, just using our intuition, using that inner sense to notice what feels good and to do what feels good for our bodies. We'll take one more deep inhale here. Slowly and carefully start to make your way back up. Take your time. And then this time, we're going to bring the soles of your feet together. So we're coming in for Baddha Konasana. So as you come in, again, you can decide how far you want your feet to be away from your hips. If you want to work more on the hips, then you want your hips further in. If you want to work more through the inner thighs, then you want to come back a little bit. So just work where it feels right to you. So if you want to, you can take hold of your feet if you can, and you can stay upright and just again work through the inner thighs by pressing the knees away and working through that stretch in the groin. Otherwise, you might want to just release all that and just relax the head and the neck down. So it's entirely up to you, just where it feels good. And try and just soften into it. So in the posture, just maybe breathing into areas of tension and noticing where your mind goes. Trying to keep it present by drawing it back in. Okay, when you're ready, slowly release back. So just nice and carefully. So we're going to come and sit in Sukhasana again, so our easy pose. We're going to do a little breathing practice called Anuloma Viloma or Nadi Shodhana, and it's a alternate nostril breathing, which is really good for our balance and which helps with our intuition and all these kind of natural things in our body. So if you want to just come cross-legged again, if that doesn't suit you, you can sit in it anyway, but cross-legged position is good. We're going to use our right hand. I'm going to use my right hand as well, so it might look odd to you, but we're using our right hand. We're going to create a little mudra first of all, and this is called Vishuddhu, and it's really as a way of kind of regulating our breath. So if you take your palm, your right hand, and bend the first two fingers in, and then use the base of your thumb just to hold that in place. And then we have these other two fingers free, and the thumb is free. So basically, we're going to be closing off one nostril, and then we're going to close off the other. So you use your thumb to close off on the right side, and you use your ring finger to close off on the left side. So you have your hands quite close to your face. Take a deep inhale, and then close off your right nostril and exhale through your left. Now inhale through your left. Close off the left nostril. Exhale through your right. And then inhale through your right. So we'll just keep that going now. So close off the right. Exhale through the left. And inhale through the left. So at your own pace, so close off the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. And do that again, so closing off the right. Exhale through the left. And inhale through the left. Closing off the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close off the right. And just exhale here. And then just lower your hand down and just move back into your normal deep in and out through your nose. So alternate nostril breathing allows us to balance the body. So if our body feels out of sync in some way, then just doing that for a few moments just helps to regulate our breathing and helps us to calm down. Okay, so when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll slowly just make our way down onto your mat now. So take your time coming down. We're going to come in and do a little bridge posture. So making your way onto your back. Again, if you want to use a block here, you can simply use your feet, lift your hips and place the block underneath your hips. Otherwise, spread your hands by your sides. And as you inhale, start to lift the hips up, moving up into that bridge position, which feels right to you. So start to feel the inner thighs moving towards one another a little bit. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Maybe coming up onto your shoulders and starting to move the shoulder blades underneath your back. And maybe you clasp the hands, but just whatever feels right to you, using that intuition. Well done. When you're ready, if you've got your hands clasped, then unclasp them and slowly start to roll yourself down through your spine. So we'll make our way into a recline twist here. So we'll just have both feet flat on the ground, maybe spread your arms, and then start to lower both of your knees just over towards the left side. And then maybe turn your head and look along your right arm. When you're ready, make your way back towards the center. And we'll just change that and take it the other way. So knees over to the right side. Head turns to the left. When you're ready, slowly back towards the centre. When you come back to the centre, we'll start to make our way into Shavasana now. So if you do want to pop some warm clothes on, then do that first. Otherwise, just spread your feet wide and your arms wide. So taking up as much space as you need. And we'll just do a little third eye meditation. So as you move into your position, maybe take 3 long breaths just to calm and center yourself before we begin. And we'll start just by focusing on this third eye chakra. So move to the space between your eyebrows. This is where your third eye chakra energy center is. Start to see a tiny indigo blue light spinning. This is the light of your inner wisdom, intuition, and connectedness with the universe. On your next inhale, grow this light to surround your head. Breathing out, allow this light to expand and occupy the space around your body. Continue to breathe in and out with this purple light in and all around you for a few more breaths. Your wisdom grows. Your connection to yourself and to those around you increases. You feel your judgment of others diminishing, replaced by understanding and love. Through this indigo light, you feel your sense of intuition becoming stronger. Your ability to seek and find truth grows with the balancing of this energy center. And you can repeat to yourself if you like, I listen to and follow my intuition. I understand my purpose. I have a deep inner wisdom. I am connected to my inner self. When you're ready, we'll take a deep inhale through your nose and then just sigh it out your mouth. And just do that again, so deeply inhaling and then just let it go. And when you're ready, we'll start to move through your fingers and your toes. Maybe taking your arms and stretching them overhead. And as the arms come back over, we'll start to bend the knees, so feet on the floor or knees towards your chest, and just gently moving side to side. When you're ready, we'll start to come up. So just take your time moving to a sitting position. There is no rush at all, so just move in your own way. Maybe keep your eyes closed. And when you come up, we'll bring the palms towards the center of your heart, just leaving a little gap, just to signify that openness in your heart. So thank you so much for coming along and practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed our Vishuddha third eye chakra practice. Namaste. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Any